All right, so for this video, I want to get straight into it. A lot of people have been watching my channel, and y'all wondering why the hell did this guy buy a Red Komodo when he clearly has a ZCam F6? And I thought I should talk about that a little bit today. So number one, it definitely wasn't a quality thing. I absolutely love my ZCam, and I actually just shot a couple additional clips to the previous short film I shot. I love the ZCam. The ZCam is by far probably one of the best values on the market. And specifically, I'm referring to the ZCam F6, but I guess this could also apply to like the Super 35 version, since that's probably the most comparable version to the Komodo. I'll just get out the way. The big reason why I bought the camera is just because I wanted it. As simply as that. As a lot of you know, when you get on this filmmaking journey and when you start creating content, Red is the camera you're hearing about. Not only hearing about it, I would say, I'll say like back in 2010 when I bought my original Canon, right? Well, actually I bought a Nikon, then I bought a Canon. Red was kind of like the hot one. So in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, okay, like, man, I never think I can afford one of those, but so you're not really thinking about it. But in short, I just wanted to get it and kind of just to try it out and see how it was. It wasn't, anything related to if I thought it was better than the Komodo. I think they're pretty, not better than the Komodo. It wasn't about if I thought it was better than the ZCam. To be honest, they're both pretty comparable. I think both cameras have features that you may like and features that you may dislike. For example, one of the cool features about a ZCam is you can shoot up to 60 frames per second, whereas with the Komodo, it goes up to 40 frames per second. So clearly the ZCam is better in that department. In terms of low light, I think they're pretty comparable. I haven't noticed anything too crazy. One thing I do like about the Komodo is when you're shooting in red raw, let's say I'm shooting with that Vazine, that 1.8 anamorphic lens, I do like how it saves the data on the clips, whereas on the ZCam, when I'm shooting open gate, I have to, go in and de-squeeze it. Now, it's pros and cons of that, because here's the thing, right? Yeah, so it's pros and cons to that, so here's the thing, right? ZCam open gate, it's a full frame sensor, so you definitely get a wider field of view, which means I actually get 50 millimeters to work with. Whereas when I shoot it with the Komodo Super 35 cropped in, I think it goes to maybe like 70 millimeters or something like that, 65, 70. So boom, you got two pros and cons right there. But the real reason I want to make this video is not to, bore y'all with all this camera talk, or gear talk, I should say, right? And I guess while I'm talking about it, I might as well show y'all. So yeah, here's the Komodo. Here's my ZCam setup. So now we got those out the way. One of the main reasons I wanted to make this video is really just to remind everybody, once again, as we all know, it's not about gear. I'm actually shooting this video right now on my Canon EOS R. I think as filmmakers and as creatives, we really are, we're pretty much techies, right? So we just like camera gear, we like new technology, we like trying new things. So that's a big part of it right there. But going into this year, I'm challenging myself to just create, whether I'm shooting on the Komodo, the ZCam. I might shoot on the EOS R, but I prefer the cinema camera. So this year, let's just all create our best content. Whatever content, whatever camera you have, use it. Let's use it, and let's just try to create our best content. It doesn't matter about the lenses, doesn't matter about anything. This year, let's just create. That's the biggest takeaway that I want to, go with today. Aside from that, I want to let everybody know that, it's important to remember where you started. Remember where you started. I can tell you, when I first started, I never thought I'd be able to afford a ZCam, let alone get the Komodo, or even any of this stuff. I never thought I'd be able to afford any of this stuff. Coming from where I came from and where I'm from, it's not something that happens to everybody. Really, it doesn't happen to anybody, if I'm being honest with you. And maybe at a later video I can talk more about that. But I'm coming from a place where I literally had to keep working up, keep climbing up, and I'm still climbing, still working, especially as an independent filmmaker, as an independent creative. Our journeys never stop until we do. That being said, I'm going to be posting more short films. I hope y'all got to check out my last short film. That was actually just a run and gun short film that I shot when I was with my brother in Dallas, Texas, and I'm still getting ready to drop the film I really like, which is my favorite short film right now. And I'm still getting ready to drop The Love Below. The Love Below is the first short film that I actually shot on the Vazine. Is really was the probably primary reason that I actually bought the lens, and one of the reasons I really wanted it. That short film is amazing. I'll probably post maybe a sample in this video just to kind of give you something to look forward to. But what I'm doing is I'm getting with all my friends and family, everybody that I like to work with, that I support, and I'm just saying, you know what, we're just gonna shoot projects instead of overthinking. Shoot a project, put out some content. That's what we're doing. That's what 2023 is about. It's about putting your best foot forward. Not waiting for anybody, not looking for anything, just putting your best foot forward every single day. That is the goal, and that's what we're going to do. So with that being said, all of you know, on the ZCam F6, I own the Red Komodo. If you have any questions related to either camera, let me know. I'm your guy. I'll be more than willing to do some comparison videos for anybody who's on the fence. And I'll just tell you right now, if you're on the fence between getting the Komodo and the F6, it just depends on budget. If you can afford the Red and you really want it, buy it. But if you want something that's just as good, if not better, because like I said, they're both comparable, you can't go wrong with either one. If I show you the videos I've shot on F6, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. They're not like, it's not a huge difference. It's just something I personally wanted. And I think that's how a lot of people create. You get things for you. If I can make money off this stuff, it's a blessing. But I'm buying my equipment. I buy the things I want because I want it and I like it. And that's where you have to start. Now, on the flip side of that, if you're just thinking purely from a business perspective and you're thinking just business, then yeah, save the money. You can definitely buy lenses and do other stuff. But, if you're like me, which most of us on YouTube are, you're creative. You're getting stuff because you want to get it. But with that being said, let me know if y'all want to see like a comparison video. If y'all want me to maybe break down both of the cameras, I'll be happy to show them. And we can talk about some of the differences. But I will be keeping both. I do like both. I'm shooting on both, and pretty much it's playing any, mini, miny, mo. Which camera do I want to use today? That's kind of my thought process. But I'm definitely going to drop more test footage as well. So hey, let's get it. It's 2023. Sorry it took so long for me to make a new video, but hey, let's get it. We're going to do it this year.